Grant Denier has opened up about last year's infamous photos with his hand on a woman's leg, which sparked unfounded affair rumors in New Idea. Grant Denier has revealed the impact last year's explosive false affair story had on his kids, saying he and wife Chezzi broached the issue as a family for fears the girls would be ridiculed in the schoolyard. Speaking on Nova's Fitzy and Wippa, he also said his children's school were forced to intervene and explain to the other children that not everything you read is true. It comes after Denier, who is dad to Sailor, Scout and Sunday, admitted to feeling like every mother at his kids' school thought he was the worst human in the world after New Idea falsely suggested he had cheated on his wife with his 23-year-old Dancing with the Stars partner Lily Cornish. The 44-year-old Gold Logie winner was splashed across the front page of an October issue in photos, where he had his hand on Cornish's leg while comforting her over her own relationship issues. In December, he had a significant win in his war against the tabloid after it publicly apologized for the false story. He also revealed he received a confidential settlement from our media. Speaking this morning on Nova's Fitzy and Wippa, Denier explained, "I tapped her on the leg. I wasn't even looking at her face, I was looking the other way down the street. I said everything's gonna be okay, and that's the photo. It's not like not everyone buys these magazines, but these magazines still sit at the checkout of your supermarket. You see the front covers, you walk past, and I've still got to go to school and pick up my kids, wondering whether every other mother that is there thinks I'm the worst human in the world." Lily Cornish and Grant Denier were dance partners on Dancing with the Stars. He went on, "We talked to our kids about it because they can be ridiculed in the schoolyard as well, so the school had to sort of sit them down and have a word to the kids that are not everything you read is true." Chezzi has supported her husband through the saga, with Grant explaining that Cornish is best mates with the Denier family. He went on to muse that seeing your partner on the dance floor with someone else on Dancing with the Stars can be hard, but explained there's no emotion in it. Grant Denier with wife Chezzi and daughters Sailor and Scout. "I knew having done this the second time to bring them close," he said of his aim of making Cornish part of the family. The Deniers didn't waste time in refuting the story, with Chezzi writing on social media that the photos had been taken wildly out of context. "Right before this little she'll be right leg pat. I was on the phone with them also consoling Lils," she wrote. "Lils is like our adopted daughter. We grew extremely close during her month-long stay with us here in Bathurst. We absolutely adore her." In a radio interview that week, Grant called it a horrible made-up story that's embarrassing for everyone. Grant and Chezzi are launching a new podcast called It's All True, which will allow them to say the things they can't say on television, with Grant describing it as like a naughty little corner. He elaborated, "I'm the guy who spent my life trying to come across as a perfect operator. The happy smiley guy who gives away cash and cars on game shows. But then I realized he was full of trauma and mistakes and things that are embarrassing and hurtful, so we sort of just dish it all up on that podcast. To make it normal. It's okay to struggle."